The gallery was small but charming, tucked into a quiet street in Suzhou. Fang Xiu, a young and ambitious artist, was thrilled to finally exhibit her work. Among the pieces was her latest creation, a portrait of a woman in a red wedding dress. The painting's realism was startling. The woman's porcelain skin glowed under the gallery lights, and her almond-shaped eyes seemed to follow anyone who passed. Her crimson dress shimmered, as though woven from threads of blood. The opening night was a success, but the painting of the Red Bride unnerved many visitors. "It's beautiful, but there's something unsettling about it," one guest whispered. Fang dismissed the comments with a polite smile, attributing their unease to the intensity of her work. Deep down, though, she couldn't shake the eerie feeling the painting gave her. A week after the exhibit opened, Fang began noticing subtle changes. The woman's gaze seemed sharper, her expression more sorrowful. One evening, as she locked up the gallery, she swore she saw the hem of the red dress ripple. She laughed nervously, convincing herself it was a trick of the light. But the changes grew more pronounced. The woman's posture shifted slightly. Her hands, once delicately folded, seemed to twitch. Fang began hearing faint whispers when she was alone in the gallery. They were soft and unintelligible, like wind through dry leaves. One night, she dreamt of the Red Bride stepping out of the frame, her eyes burning with anger as she whispered, "You've awakened me." Determined to uncover the truth, Fang delved into the history of the red wedding dress. She learned it symbolized joy and prosperity in Chinese culture, but there were darker stories too. In one particularly chilling legend, the Red Bride was a vengeful spirit of a woman betrayed on her wedding day. Her groom had been unfaithful, and on the night of the wedding, she was found dead, stabbed in her red dress. Her spirit was said to haunt anyone who evoked her likeness, bringing doom to those who crossed her path. Fang tried to dismiss the legend as superstition, but her research led her to an old news article. It described an unsolved murder, a bride found dead in a Suzhou mansion 50 years ago. The photograph accompanying the article was eerily familiar. The woman's face was identical to the one in Fang's painting. The realization sent shivers down Fang's spine. She tried to destroy the painting, but as she lifted the canvas, the whispers turned into anguished screams. Her lights flickered, and the temperature in the room plummeted. She dropped the painting, her heart pounding. When the lights stabilized, she saw the Red Bride's face twisted in fury, her eyes glowing a sinister red. Desperate, Fang sought help from a local historian, Mr. Zhao, who specialized in folklore. He explained that the spirit of the Red Bride could only be appeased by resolving her unfinished business. "Find out who wronged her," he urged, "and bring them to justice. Otherwise, she will claim you." Fang investigated the old murder, piecing together clues from forgotten police reports and rumors. The bride's groom, a wealthy but cruel man named Li Wei, had disappeared shortly after her death. Some said he fled in guilt. Others believed he was killed by the bride's vengeful spirit. Fang's search led her to an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of Suzhou, where the bride's murder had occurred. The mansion was decrepit, its walls covered in ivy, and its windows shattered. Inside, the air was thick with decay. Fang found a room untouched by time, the bridal suite. A blood-stained wedding gown lay draped over a dusty chair, and the air grew colder as she approached. The whispers returned, louder and clearer. "Find him," they urged. Fang discovered an old journal hidden beneath the floorboards. It belonged to the groom, Li Wei, and detailed his affair with another woman. The journal also revealed he had planned to kill the bride, fearing she would expose his secrets. But the final entry was incomplete, ending abruptly on the night of the murder. As Fang read, the room darkened. She turned to see the Red Bride standing before her, no longer confined to the painting. Her dress shimmered like fresh blood, and her eyes burned with hatred. "Justice!" she hissed, reaching for Fang with claw-like hands. Fang screamed and fled, clutching the journal. She sought out Li Wei's descendants, eventually tracing his lineage to a man living in a nearby city. When Fang confronted him with the journal, he broke down and confessed. His grandfather had admitted to the crime on his deathbed, but had sworn him to secrecy. Fang turned the evidence over to the authorities, ensuring the truth was finally revealed. That night, the painting's whispers ceased. Fang returned to the gallery to find the portrait blank, the red bride's image gone. But she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Days later, she noticed faint red stains on her hands that wouldn't wash off. At night, she dreamt of the red bride's furious eyes, and the whispers returned, louder than ever. Fang realized too late that justice was not enough to appease the vengeful spirit. The red bride's wrath was eternal, and now, Fang had become her new target.